Elevated places where wide awake me and hide away. Melanated faces make circulations through outer space. Cows graze on new vegetation, no need for medication. Restoration happens with proper diet and meditation. Levitate, ponder our future greatness, repeat the cadence. Mama, can't you see what Muhammad's making? Muhammad's taking me, made me fast, crisp, and lean. I'm on the new regime. Ruler, king, husband and father, son, brother and scholar, artist, author, lawyer and doctor, senior corporate partner. Just charted over the water, mountain, deserts and forests. Me and sharpen me and like swords on each and every.
Oh, shoot. Peace. Man, welcome to your God Brother Show. And I just want to say, man, God's peace to all of you all for the new year. I know I haven't been on here in a minute. I haven't been on in a while, but believe me, man, it's a lot to learn, a lot to navigate through. It's a lot to talk about. I'm just excited, man. Thank you so much. Who was that, Brother Cottrell? Thank you for the birthday wishes today, birth anniversary wishes. Man, I feel so good. I got up this morning, but actually I could barely even sleep last night, man, just reflecting. And normally, man, I got to share. Normally, I don't do a lot of celebrating on my birth anniversary. Normally, I go into a real secluded, silent, reflective state. But what I've been having time to do that throughout this entire pandemic. So today I'm gonna celebrate. Today I feel so good. I'm excited, and I thank you all. I thank everybody who sent me love via social media comments. Everybody who called me today, or texted me today, and gave me love for this day. And of course, I'm just grateful to the God for my mom, who I talked to today. She's out of town right now, but man, we just had, it's just a lovely thing, man. We both have grown so much over these years, but we just have a certain kind of bond that's very, that's very close, man, and it matters, man. And I, to all of those out there still celebrating and able to celebrate their birth anniversary with their moms, man, we got to really embrace that. It's a joy, it's a blessing, it's something that we really, man, peace, Jay, man, thank you so much for the love today, man. So I just wanted to get on here, man, just a couple minutes just to talk to my Facebook family, man, and say, man, I want to go live and just get into the communication again. I've been working on some topics that I want to cover. Thank you, sis. Thank you, sister. Man, I appreciate you so much. I said, man, that's some topics that I just want to cover. And one of the main things I want to cover, and I know it's people out there that do need like fundamental or basic understanding of like the stock market, man. And that's something I haven't shared with you all as much, but I have some experience. I've had some success in the stock market, and there's some things that I can share with you, especially on the basics of how to navigate it and read what you're looking at, man, how to understand ticker symbols and understand the basic languages that you need to know. So if you're interested, if there's people out there who are interested in navigating the stock market and got questions that they would like to know about investing and the best way to go about it, man, I'm your brother. You can definitely reach out to me. I would love to share those things. I am putting together little things about it. If you saw Bitcoin rise and you see all of these people who are pushing, man, Bitcoin, I can give you some insight as to what I know about it, but it's something that the language will help you, the terminology will help you. You need to know certain things, like what is the stock market? You have indices, you have equities, you have the individual stocks, which are equities. You have different things to help you navigate through it, like the technical analysis, the fundamental analysis, these type of things. And a lot of times when you hear people making money, you don't hear all of those things. And a lot of times where experts get on and they start to talk about it, they don't cover those basic things. So I know people be lost. People be like, man, what is he talking about? What is he? And I said, man, I need to just come and just give people some of the basic stuff. Like, ask me the questions, because maybe you got somebody who's a lot more successful in the market, been in it, navigating it for years, and they're very successful at it. But someone like myself who has had success in the market, I still consider myself new to the experience, and so I still have so many of my basic notes and so many of the things that has helped me navigate. And I said, man, maybe I can share that with my audience, so that some of you can, if you decide you want to start putting some of your capital over into the market, you can navigate a little better. You don't want to jump in and the prices are sky high as they are right now. Once again, I'm not a fiduciary. I'm not a financial advisor, so consult with a professional if you want stock tips and where to get in and where to get out. But I would just say this: my perspective is the stock market is very high right now, very high. The objective is to buy low, and if you're gonna sell at a higher point, obviously. So that's the basics of it. So you don't want to buy high. So a lot of times when things are rocketing up, that's when people are so excited they want to tell you about it. And they say, hey, look, you got to get involved. You got to get involved. And yes, you do. You should, because there is profit that can be made. But you have to be careful not to get involved when it's at its peak. And then from there, it tumbles down, it sells off. And that's what that means. That's what happens. People start taking profit. These type of things you need to understand, because if you've ever seen a stock market chart, it goes up and down and up and down and up and down, and people make money when it goes up and people make money when it goes down. And so you need to know where you're getting in at, what you expect it to do. That's called valuations and so on and so forth. And I can give you some basic understanding of how to navigate through that. But investing, especially active investing, which is something that I do active trading. I do trading in the market, and trading and investing different have some nuances that are very different. Some people buy and they hold it for years, because once you buy a stock, you own it. That's an asset. You could pass it down to your children. Some people have been in Apple for years, Amazon for years, in these companies when they were much lower than they are today, and they're just riding it out, and they're going to pass that down to their children. Some people want to get in, and when it gets to a certain point, want to get out, take that profit, and move around and find another opportunity. That's similar to what I do, which is more trading than anything. So you want to know those things. So I want to give you some of those insights. I would love for people who have questions about it. Right now, I'll do it without, I'm just doing that out the kindness of my heart. This is something that I usually sit down and do consultations with people about. But I just have seen with the recent rallies, so many people offering their expertise, and I'm like, man, though their expertise may be valuable, but it may be too far beyond where the average person is in understanding the terminology and understanding the depth to which they're getting involved in putting their money into something. You need to know how to move. So so that's some of that's just some basic things, like I said, that was on my mind. I got a few minutes, so in these few minutes, like I said, if you have any questions about the stock market, some even simple questions, there's no such thing as a bad question, then you could ask me and I can give you some of that. In the meantime, I have a few notes that I said, man, let me just run through this so that we can understand what we're looking at. Walaikum salam. Walaikum salam, sis. Man, so right now I'm discussing a little financial literacy, especially when it comes to trading or investing in the stock market. It's something that I have a little knowledge in. I don't claim to be an expert, but I do this, and I have had some success in doing so. And so I want to educate anybody who is interested in learning the basics of the stock market, and what, what it yep. Problem number 34. Also, brother, problem 11 in the problem book. You may not. A lot of people are familiar with problem 13, but check out problem 11 in the problem book as well, and that shows you that is an aspect of something that we could look into, as far as the teaching. You say the video is skipping. Oh, I'm sorry about that. I see I'm having a little trouble here, on here. I hate that it's doing that, and I don't know what that is. It may be my internet. Yeah, it may be my internet, because I still have some children on their online classes, and we're all sharing the same internet, so I don't have it plugged in directly into my computer for a hardline connection. So that may be an issue, and I thank you for letting me know that, sis. So I need to, well, I'm gonna have to go through it right now, because I don't want to get up and go. I don't want to cut the live off as well. Hopefully we can all endure it just for a moment. But once again, I'm interested in sharing some of what I've learned in the stock market with you. If you have any questions, if you've never traded or you've never invested in any company in the market, but you've been interested, or you're curious and you want to know, well, how do I enter this thing? What is what? And I say, well, you need to know about how you enter it. Is right now the easiest way is through an online brokerage, such as TD Ameritrade or E-Trade or Webull or Robinhood. A lot of new investors are coming straight in through those online platforms, which allow the common or retail investor to come in and you really just connect it straight to your bank account, that type of thing, and you can load it up with cash, and you can get into buying right off back. But you may need to know what you're looking at when you're looking at the information that is so many stocks. The stock market is huge. There's so many stocks. That's my thing. I know people who trade futures, people who do Forex, and like I say, people who are interested only in or mainly in cryptocurrency and Bitcoin and so on. I discuss many of these things with the people that I come into contact with in those different areas. Me, I prefer the stock market. Personally, it's where I got my level of comfort, and I can navigate it pretty well. But I do have my thoughts on Bitcoin. I do have my thoughts on those things. In fact, right now Bitcoin is down a little bit from where it was a few days ago, when everybody was just so hyper, and it's still up though compared to where it was a few months ago. So I'm neither for or against Bitcoin. I'm not here to promote, man, you need to get into it and this is the new wave. I'm not here to do that, but I'm here to say that there are opportunities in the cryptocurrency market. So you may want to start to educate yourself on what it is and what blockchain technology is and so on. Gold and silver, brother. And you asked about Stash and Cash App, brother. I started with Cash App because they were offering stocks on Cash App, but of course that's very remedial, very elementary. Once you get into it, you find out, man, there's so much more you need to have access to really to make an educated stock market investment. But to get started, Cash App does allow you to just purchase certain stocks right off back. They don't have the full gamut. They don't have all of the stocks, and they don't have all of the information you would need to make the best decision possible. But Cash App is a way to start. Gold and silver. There is no, when you're talking land, you're talking gold, and you're talking silver, you're talking water. Now you're talking things that is going to be here, that's going to have value no matter what the market does. So those type of things, brother, if you're wise, you want to get as much of as possible. You want to get as much land as possible in your lifetime. You want to get as much gold and as much silver as you can in your lifetime, because these are things that are not going to lose any value at all. These are things that are always valuable. That's fundamentals. So I'm glad you asked that question. That's basic. You do not have to learn how to navigate the stock market to get involved really with gold, with silver, with buying land. Those things are essential to wealth building in anywhere in the world. So don't get caught up if you're thinking about going in that direction and you're looking at people making money over here in the stock market and on cryptocurrency and Bitcoin and so on, and you're like, man, am I missing out? Not if you're focused on gold and silver and land. No, you're in the perfect lane if that's where you're comfortable at. Some people have a lot of capital, they have cash, and they may already be over there, or they want to build it more before they start to do that. And so they may want to take advantage of some of the opportunities they see in the stock market in order to further their portfolio, so to speak. So we all do know that gold is real currency, silver, that's real currency. The dollar, the US dollar, is what is called fiat currency. This is not real money. It represents, it's supposed to represent a value. But right now, the value of the dollar is constantly declining, as is normal for fiat currency. They ultimately decline and go away, and then they're replaced by another currency. That's something you have to understand about money. The way money was hundreds of years ago is not the same as today. So the way it will be going forward is not the same as it is today either. So right now, the dollar bill is considered fiat currency, and if you're aware, most transactions are happening digitally nowadays. You are able to Apple Pay and Google Pay. You're able to tap your card. You're able to swipe and so on and so forth. Credit cards and so on and so forth. Everything is going by the way of digital. Cash App, you mentioned that. Everything is going digital. So digital currency. Therefore, people are interested in avenues like Bitcoin because of the fact that you can see that the fiat currencies are going away. That is so true. That is happening. So normally, investors would hedge against the ultimate inflation of fiat currency. Inflation happens when, as you know, the Federal Reserve can print money. So when they print these stimulus packages, when the government gets these stimulus packages, you're talking trillions of dollars that's printed and given into society into different ways, whether it's, as this year, directly given to you and me through bank accounts or what have you. But this is money that's printed. So it drives the value of the dollar down, because you have more money available out here, more, and supply and demand is how the economy works. If you have less dollars out here, then the dollar has more value. If you have more dollars out here, then the dollar weakens, and that's what you see happening right now in when it comes to the Federal Reserve printing money. So all these stimulus packages to keep the economy up are ultimately going to have a recompense down the line. So you got to understand that. One of the things that I learned when navigating the stock market, when learning about the stock market, I had to learn about the economy. I had to learn these terms and how the economy affects the market and how the market affects the economy. Then I started learning global economy and start seeing the connection between politics and economics and so on and so forth. So, it just started lighting up a lot of news, a lot of what's reported, a lot of what's understood. It started lighting those things up, and I started seeing, wow, how the stock market reacts to certain news and certain things that are happening right now. Europe has a market, China has a market, Japan has a market, and you're seeing their markets go up and down based on certain things. So you can sometimes see the effects of their market on our market, because we still do a lot of business with China. So if the president is having issues with China and he's cutting off certain agreements, that's going to have an effect on our market. Europe, they have lockdowns going on right now, very serious, because of the COVID strain, the new mutation of the COVID strain. That's going to have an effect on our market as well. So you'll see stocks go up and down based on what's happening globally as well. So these are things that are important, man. Man, who is this right here? Man, my brother Daniel 12, man. Peace, God. And man, I seen you as well speaking about I believe, I don't know if it was Bitcoin or what have you as well. So I'm just discussing some of the basic terms of navigating the stock market, understanding what you're looking at. I'm just giving basic terminology in that because, like I say, I've had some success in trading in the market, and I just wanted to introduce to the average investor some of the basics that you're looking at if you're interested, if you're curious about these things. I'm not into pushing anybody in any direction as far as where they want to go with their money or what have you, but I am interested in you being as educated as possible when you start to navigate the markets, so that's this Peace Coin. Yes, I seen you promoting Peace Coin, which is something that a brother, from what I read of one of your posts, a brother of ours, it's his company. So if you have a link to that, brother Daniel 12, I don't mind you sharing that in the comments on this live so that people can get more educated on what Peace Coin is, and me and you, we can discuss privately so that I can see what opportunities are available in that. So yeah, this is just something, man. I was up today. I mean, it's a day of celebration for me. It's an exciting time for me. But what better thing to do is to give a gift of some knowledge to others, to share with others. So that's what I'm looking to do right now. I'm like, man, I'm looking at the stock market, and it's for the last month or two, it's been sky high, record after record, all-time high this, all-time high that. And you would want to know, like, wow, what's driving that? What is that one of the words you'll hear in the stock market is sentiment. People have a sentiment, meaning they feel good or they feel bad, or they feel they're pro it, they're against it, that type of thing. What is your sentiment on stocks, on the market? There's two animals that describe investors in the market: a bull and a bear. We're from Chicago, which shows you how significant the stock market is in Chicago. We have our sports teams are the Bulls and the Bears. So that's no coincidence at all. The bulls in the market are people who are buyers in the market. They're interested in the price of things continually going up, and they're interested in buying. Bears in the market are sellers in the market. They're selling, and they believe that their sentiment is things are going down. So you could be a bull and you can be a bear, and you can make money either way. They say, they have a term that says bulls make money, bears make money, pigs get slaughtered. So being greedy in the market can get you in trouble either way. If you're waiting to get a larger and larger return, sometimes taking a small return is the best case scenario. So depends on what is called your risk tolerance, how much you're willing to risk, how long you're willing to hold until, so on and so forth. These are different ways, different languages that you'll hear, especially if you watch CNBC, something that I watch daily. I'm interested in it. I'm interested in what the stock market is doing. I'm interested in what's moving, what are the catalysts that makes the market go up or down. And we have what is coming up. We have what is called earnings season, where these publicly traded companies come before and share what they were capable of doing last quarter, which means the last 3 months. So yes, sir. Thank you, brother, for offering that. If anyone wants to learn more, go to peacecoin.io and feel free to reach out me with any questions. Yes, that's brother Daniel 12 sharing with us some of his let me put that up there, brother Daniel. Yeah, now back to these bulls and bears. Yeah. So definitely, if you're interested in learning what Peacecoin is, check out my brother Daniel 12 and reach out to him. You can hit him on Facebook, hit him in his IM. He is absolutely willing to share this information with you all. And any information that will help you generate some wealth for yourself and your family is a good thing. But education is very important, and that's why I'm here to give some education. Speaking of someone that I've shared a little bit with, my brother Dre is on here. Peace God, man. And he's a brother who I've been able to share a little bit of what I've learned about navigating in the stock market with, and he had begun trading himself. I hope you're doing well. I hope and we have to pick up where we left off so that we can get some of that capital moving for you, brother Dre. So yeah, this is just a little bit of what I have to offer as regards to education on how to see and navigate what's going on in the stock market. You need to know certain terminologies. I'm not going to get into the technical analysis, how to read these charts and what you're looking at, what lines of support and resistance and moving averages and so on and so forth. But these are things that are very much important to a active investor, active trader in the market. So it's something that I do. It's something that I do on a daily basis. I haven't shared much of that with my listening audience because I believe that the teachings of the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad is the most important information, especially for Black people there is, and I would rather spend most of my time sharing that type of information with you all. However, finances is very important, and most of us are more interested in learning how to turn our dollars into more dollars and build wealth. But you cannot, in my opinion, you should not have a focus more so on your economic existence than you do on your mental, spiritual existence, because a fool and his money shall soon part. So we want to be educated. We want to be in tune. We want to be able to have money, use it wisely, knowing how to navigate in these financial sectors that allow us to turn our money into more money. As investors say, make your money work for you. The difference between the wealthy and the working class is that the working class works for money, and the wealthy makes their money work for them. And this is how they do it. They put it in areas such as the stock market and real estate and open businesses and so on and so forth. These are ways to do that. You say, well, opening business. Let me just give you something fundamental that most people may not understand right away, but most businesses operate in debt. And a lot of these major companies that are publicly traded that are worth billions of dollars are also carrying hundreds of millions of dollars and even billions of dollars of debt as well. So being able to operate in debt or manage debt, that is an aspect of business. I know most people just want to do business and they don't want to owe nobody. They don't want, and that's ideal, but that's not oftentimes practical. So you have to be able to manage debt. A lot of times if you're starting a business or if you want to grow a business, you most likely will have to take loans, you'll have to borrow money. There we go back to the Federal Reserve, which has lowered interest rates to near zero. Why does that matter? Because now companies can borrow money take on larger debts because paying it back does not cost as much on the back end because interest rates are down to zero. Wow, this is a reason why the stock market will go up, because that's called, when there's a lot of cash available, when you could borrow a lot of money, that's called liquidity. When there's a lot of liquid, a lot of cash in the market, then companies can take on larger amounts of debt. Therefore, they can promote more and more different ideas, services, creativity, pay more for things that push their company forward. These are very important and basic things that sometimes the average investor or the person that's starting to be introduced to it does not know. And then a professional would get in front of you and start talking and just be all over your head, because who knows all of this except for those who have done it, have been doing it, or who have studied it. So I'm just here, your God brother, man. It's my birth anniversary, but it's a day where I feel like giving. And that's what I want to give to you today, man. Just some knowledge of how to navigate the stock market, basic terminology, what you're looking at, how to understand what you're looking at, and make an educated decision on how you want to use your money to invest. So I thank you. That's pretty much it for me today, man. I thank you all who have tuned in, who came in and added to it. Thank you, Brother Daniel 12X, for offering what you have there by way of Peace Coin. Thank you, Brother Carthrell. Thank you, Dre, both Dre's, for coming on today. Thank you, sisters, for coming on. I appreciate you all. God bless you, and we out.
Elevated places where wide awake men hide away. Melanated faces make circulations through outer space. Cows graze on new vegetation, no need for medication. Restoration happens with proper diet and meditation. Levitate, ponder our future greatness, repeat the cadence. Mama, can't you see what Muhammad's making? Muhammad's taking me, made me fast, crisp, and lean. I'm on the new regime. Ruler, king, husband and father, son, brother and scholar, artist, author, lawyer and doctor, senior corporate partner. Just charted over the water, mountain, deserts and forests. Me and sharpen men like swords on each and every